Obviously not the result that anybody wanted today. I really do think that every play comes down to probably 3 to 6 plays that really affect the outcome and kind of change the course of the game as you're playing it and affect momentum. And, of course, Notre Dame is a very good team. And I thought we had a great first quarter to start out with. Guys were ready to play. We were really excited, came with a lot of energy. We were executing. The learning lesson here is we've got to be able to do that for 4 quarters. And, things started to just kind of not go our way. We did some self-destructing things, and it just kind of spiraled, I thought. And, give them credit. I mean, when you play against a good team, you can't make those mistakes. You can't do the things that are not going to put you in good positions and, expect that it's not going to hurt you. And so, we certainly need to be better as a 4-quarter team, and it's a tough way for the seniors to go out here at home. But, I felt like we played hard. I want our guys to continue to learn. We've got 1 week left to go, and we can still finish the season off in a great way. So.
All right, Coach, we'll start with the positives. That first drive, it just seemed like everything was clicking. The execution was there. Talk a little bit about that scripted first drive and how that set the tone.
Yep. No, we had a plan there coming out of the gate, and guys were really excited for the play calls that we had lined up. And, what happens is your energy, it affects your effort, and then those combined, they affect your execution. And so the energy was certainly there, and the effort was there. You come off the ball hard, you're blocking hard, you got great awareness, and then you're able to do your job, and you're able to do it faster and quicker and more explosive and better than the guy across from you. And so, that's what was going on out there. And, over the course of time, if you don't do that and sustain that and keep that going, then probably the other team's going to do that instead. So, but really loved the way we came out, and that was a great feeling to feel that from our offense for sure.
Yeah, and then on the flip side, how proud were you of your defense in that first quarter with 3 straight 3-and-outs to open up the game?
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought the defense really came with everything that we had, and I thought we really did a great job for most of the day. Of course, the second quarter got a little bit away from us, but we had the backwards pass that ran back for the touchdown. We had the blocked punt that was in for a touchdown. And so had our offense been able to maybe put some more points together, I think the momentum could have been a little different for the defense. But I was really proud of how the defense played for the most part of the day.
Yeah, you talk about that backwards pass. What did you just see on that play? It was obviously a big momentum change in the game.
Yeah, no, it's a tough call. I mean, different angles on the field, you see different things. I mean, obviously, it's unfortunate if it was a backwards pass, and all the officials, they were on the same page, and so you got to go back and look at the film to see if there's anything that we can learn from that. But that's tough, if you throw something like that and it goes backwards and they don't blow the whistle, you got to be able to play and try to at least go tackle it. And so. I think some people were confused. Some people were stopping. They thought it was an incomplete pass, and that part of it is a little bit disappointing because we talk about playing full speed to the whistle, and if you didn't hear a whistle, you got to keep going and at least not give up a touchdown there. So obviously we'll look at that and try to learn from that as well.
Yeah, and then the other key plays, both punt blocks. Was there any special teams adjustments after the first punt block?
Well, yeah, the adjustment was we were trying to actually block the guy that blocked the punt, but unfortunately they came again, and special forces for us is pretty simple. It's not complicated from a schematic standpoint. We've got to have guys that are willing to go out there and block people and cover people and run with people and hit people, and we didn't do a good job there on both of those with our SWAT unit. And obviously we'll look at the film and see the details of it, but we gotta have guys that are able to step up and identify the guys that are coming and then be able to step in front of them and protect.
We didn't see as much of Veeren today as we have in prior games, one of the leading receivers on the team. Was that just part of the game plan or something that happened as the game progressed?
No, I think naturally, I mean, we're trying to run our offense. We're trying to do whatever we can that the defense gives us to take advantage of. There was no thought to diminish Fahim's role or anything like that. Obviously we'll look at the film to see if they had him covered more than what he has been in past games. But, Josh does a fantastic job of spreading the ball around, so I don't think there's ever an issue with, trying to not go to Fahim or anything like that. So, Fahim's a good player, and we're trying to get the ball in the hands of our playmakers. And so, if something is taken away, then it's obviously a good job by the defense that they're doing to take that away.
Yeah, and then lastly, you had some success in the first half with the deep ball, with the deep connection to Rodney. Was there a change of game plan in the second half with going with early on the ground?
Well, I mean, obviously you always want to establish a run, and we felt like sometimes the pass can lead to establishing the run. So you're just trying to call plays and do things that you think can get you in some spots to where it can set you up for the next play. And obviously in the second half they really took away our run, and it wasn't really working at all. And I don't know that there was anything specific that I would say took us out of a game plan or had to make us majorly shift. I mean, you're always looking for ways that, hey, if they're taking this away, we got to do this, we got to do that. To be good coaches, you got to stay up to speed on things that need to be adjusted, and so we do that in between series all the time. But it's just the way it played out, and it's unfortunate that we couldn't execute more plays than what we did.
You talked about that backwards pass situation, and that was kind of the highlight play, if you will, of that whole first half sequence where they scored 3 times.
Right.
How much of a momentum shift there did you feel, and how much? I mean, it seemed to open the floodgates for them. Unfortunately for y'all.
I would agree. We talk about the middle 8. I guess that play probably happened prior to 4 minutes left in the second quarter, but it really is the time before halftime and the time after halftime that you really need to be aware of opportunities, and that's where momentum can really shift. And I totally agree with you, Chris. Momentum really fell apart after that play, and that was really the start of it. In order to change momentum, everybody's got to just keep doing their job. You got to be able to flush negative plays like that. You got to come back with an inspired attitude, an inspired mentality to still give your best effort. If you at all start to mope about what bad just took place, or the play that just happened where we gave up the touchdown, or start complaining about the referees or anything like that, you're going to be affected in how you do your job. It's not going to be as fast. It's not going to be as aggressive. It's not going to be as diligent as what it needs to be. And I think that's what kind of started to happen. Guys started to focus on too much of the wrong things, and it took us away from executing our job.
Scored on the first drive offensively, but then got that weird kickoff where the wind knocked it down and y'all got it, and then didn't score, and then later on missed a field goal. How much did those missed opportunities on offense kind of come back to haunt you when they caught fire?
Yeah, they always do. The name of the game is you got to score points, and sometimes people say that the best defense is a good offense, and we got to be able to move the ball. We got to be able to put points on the board. Those are just critical. You can't say enough about just needing to do that to be a good football team. So we got to get better in those individual situations, and we got to make sure that guys are able to step up and execute those plays and do a better job. You can't win a game by scoring 7 points. You can't do that. And you can't win a game by giving up 45 points either. You got to be able to work together. You got to be able to do your job on both sides of the ball.
And not the outcome you wanted for your seniors, obviously, but you still have one more game left with them next week. What have they meant to the program, and then what's kind of your mindset going into next week with that season finale?
Yep. 13 seniors. They've done a really good job. I'm really proud of just where we are at this point. Actually, we've fought, we've battled, we've really competed to put ourselves in a position to finish the season out in a great way, to be quite honest. And yeah, there's a lot of guys in that group that are leaders, are captains, have had a lot of plays for us on the field, a lot of experience, and we need to finish the right way. I mean, we need to finish 7-4, and we need to make sure that those guys go out the right way. They've got to lead the charge on that, and the players have to drive the train here the last week. And it would be very easy for us to throw in the towel and just think, oh, woe was us after a 45-7 loss, and we're not going to do that. And coaches are going to coach hard, and the seniors and the leaders are going to lead hard, and we're going to go out and we're going to practice hard, and we're going to make sure that we take care of business here for one final week of college football for the 2021 season. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yep.
We'll start with just a broad question. What are your overall thoughts on the game and how it played out?
Well, I mean, I would say made a lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties, a lot of misplays, missed opportunities. We left a lot on the field that we could have took advantage, and we just didn't take them. So, and that happens when you play good competition. You got to do a little better on the little things. Little things matter more when you play a great team. So.
Talk about the defensive start for you guys, the 3 straight 3-and-outs against the number 8 team in the country. How proud are you of that defense at the start?
Great start. Excellent start. I mean, you can't ask for better drops. Got to make it more consistent throughout the game, not just when we come out. Can't just come out hot and then cool off, and then, that's what you get big leads, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, after, the big swing at the end of the first half, the wheels kind of came off in that second half. What was the energy like on the sideline? Were you guys, still in it till the end of the game?
I mean, I would say, yeah, but it was a little dead. You can't tell. It's just everybody's just quiet. Just everybody's just looking, just becoming a spectator. And, like, when we came out, at first everybody was, ready to play, things like that, hoop, hollering, all that stuff, but kind of simmered down towards that point of the game.
Yeah, and what's the outlook like going into the last game next week?
Just come and put in the work. During Monday, just come back and lead this game in the past, and we got another week ahead of us to get a W and go out on the right path, on the right note.
What were the emotions like for you and the rest of the seniors on senior day, your last home game?
Oh, man, long time coming. It felt like it would never come, going through the years I've been here, and it just felt good to say that I stuck it out, and we all stuck it out, the boys that were here or whatever. It just felt good to say that, we stayed and pushed through the hard times and left our mark on the program.
All right, Josh, one of the key plays in the game that was ruled a backwards pass. What did you see on that play?
I don't know. I mean, the refs called it a backward pass, so that's what we got to roll with. We'll see on film and all that, but we just got to execute the play better and avoid those kind of situations.
And that kind of shifts the momentum and opened the floodgates for them a little bit. Of course, you had nothing to do with the defense allowing the several touchdowns, but you guys were struggling as well at that point. What was that point in the game like for y'all?
Yeah, I mean, we had a good first quarter, good first drive, and after that, momentum kind of got away from us, and we were trying to find a way to get it back on our side, and we just couldn't do that. And that's what happens when you can't get momentum back on your side. It just starts going downhill. So we got to do a better job with that.
You had the opening touchdown, but then got the ball in that kickoff and didn't score, and then later on had a missed field goal. How much did those missed opportunities hurt you guys' chances?
Yeah, I mean, not just those. Every opportunity that we got the ball and we didn't put points on the board, I think that hurt us, and we got to do better executing, especially when we get the ball on our side of the 50. those are big opportunities for us. We just got to make plays.
And then how are you guys looking to move on to next week with one game left and make the most of that opportunity?
Yeah, we'll watch the film from this week and, see what we did wrong and learn from it, and then, go on next week like we always do and, go out with a bang and try and get a win. And it'll be a tough challenge. We got to go on the road and all that, but we'll be ready and we'll have a good week of prep.
Talk a little bit about the offensive line, how proud you were of them, only allowing 2 sacks tonight against a team that's top 10 in all of Division II in sacks.
Yeah, those guys played really good today. They've improved all season. I'm proud of those guys, all 5 of them. All season we've had a couple guys rotating in and out. So really proud of that group overall, no doubt.
Yeah, and then obviously really windy out there today. We saw a couple of deep balls when you're moving from right to left that carried with the wind a little bit. How much did that play a part in today's loss?
Yeah, I mean, the wind was definitely something we did not, want to have out there or anything like that. But, with those conditions, you just got to play through it. You got to find a way. And some of those throws, I got to make those throws. So.
Yeah, and then lastly, there were a couple of drops in big situations today. We've talked about some of the drops this season, but is that something that you try and work back to those receivers with and keep them involved?
Yeah, I mean, those guys have been making plays all season. Just kind of wasn't our day in that aspect. But, we got to execute in a lot of other areas too. Kind of the light's kind of shining on that one area. But I thought those guys have done well all season. We'll look to finish out, this week with a good game at Concord.
All right.
That good? Appreciate it.
Thank you.